ad's over. Can I start? What time is it? Oh, it is 1. Oh my god, I got back at the right time. Let me save this. Sorry. I guess I went to bed late. Like, I don't think I went to bed late. At least that late. Because I know, like, when I got into bed, it was like probably almost, not even almost, probably 12:30. And then I stayed up a little to play like a parlay. But when I woke up, I was so tired, like I stayed up to like 3 in the morning. Which isn't true. At least I don't think so. I have to, have to look to see when I made this save actually. But today, guys, we've got a collab with Red Clover. I'll be playing their demo today. And you guys know me, I love murder mysteries, so when they asked, I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm definitely gonna do this. Did he break in? 1 second. Sorry, cat came in, so I had to make sure the door was firmly closed. Anyways, so yeah, they were like, you wanna play a demo? And like, show our Kickstarter? I'm like, sure. Cause actually, to give some what is it? What's the word? History? History, I guess. I forgot how long ago it was, because I know this isn't their first Kickstarter. I think it was back when Blue Sky was becoming a Sky launch. Okay, so it went public February 2024. So like, I'd say like a few months after that, I started seeing Red Clover around, and they had like their first Kickstarter. And I was like, ooh, this sounds fun. Okay, I want to play the demo. And then I couldn't find one. I was like, oh, because I was sad. Because, like, yeah. So I'm glad that they have a demo this time that we could all play. So you can play the demo. Sorry. You can play the demo on itch.io. I mean, you can also find it from the Kickstarter link that I attached in the pinned. So basically, take you to their Kickstarter, and then you just have to scroll down to where it says "Play the demo now." Look at that! Look at that! Comes in here, looks around, wants to leave already. You're stuck, Lee. Hey, look at it. It's fair. This cat is looking at ghosts. Give me a second. Okay, so anyways, you can basically, like I said, you play the demo on itch.io. You can type in red clover case files, Seance Soiree, or again, you can just go through the Kickstarter, scroll down to where it says play the demo, and do that. Oh, they also have it on Game Jolt. Not too sure what that is, but if you guys use Game Jolt, it's there too. Alright, so is there anything else that I want to introduce? You know what? I think I'll let the game speak for itself. Look at the cursor. It's a pen tip. I don't know why I couldn't think of a word like that, but hey, it is what it is. Do I need to change the settings? Okay, so I can't change the text speed like I usually do. Alright, so let's start. It's useless to start worrying now, right? And we're almost there? Yeah, kinda. Yeah. It's scratched out. Concerning. Listen, if you ever receive an invitation where it says courtesy of such and such, but the name is scratched out, I don't think you want to go. I certainly would not. It's not me. It's not for me. Oh, I knew I forgot something. Oh god. Here we go. I forgot to open my chat plugin so I can see everybody's chats. See everybody's chats, everybody's messages. God. A 3-day weekend, all expenses paid. But someone wanted us to know we're not coming at the behest of the Tremaines. I guess I'm still wondering why they want me here. Julia pulls her face away from the window, scrunching her nose as she judges me, confused and a little annoyed in the gently swaying lantern's light. Duh, isn't that why you came? To find your secret admirer? Let's see if we can. Won't be kissy, stick your tongue out. Listen. Oh no, I must be in the way, hold on. Well, first let me move this closer. Listen, I can't help it that my horns are big, okay? I guess kind of like this. Because that's basically how all the choices are going to show up, I assume, so. Okay, how do we want to respond? Listen, as much as I want to be childish, I should probably give an actual answer. I feel like both of these would, like, basically confirmed that we agree that there's a secret admirer. Oh yeah, you guys will probably see this a lot, probably a lot more. It says artwork is not finished. Um, I mean, obviously you can tell, but yeah. So it's basically like this is what it should look like, but again, not finished. Obviously, when the full game comes out, it will be finished. But until then, you got these wonderful placeholders. I guess I'll just be like, it won't be easy. Whoever invited us clearly doesn't want to be found. If they make themselves known, that's one thing. But otherwise, I don't plan to stir the pond. Pond? Wait, do people actually say that? Stir the pond and not the pot? Because I've heard like you don't want to rock the boat, maybe even like stir the pot, but stir the pond? Oh, I did not know that. The more you know. It sounds like this pond is prepped to stir itself. Think of the poor fish. I roll my eyes and Julia returns her attention to the landscape. She squints into the haze and heavy rain, trying to find our destination in the dense humid fog. It's early afternoon, not that the storm would let you know it. Between the dark clouds and the tangled up tree line, we're riding through an eerie blue daylight, a cold more at home underwater than above ground. Can barely make out anything besides the watery mud splashed up by the wheels. Intriguing if it weren't so hot. The air is mucky with wet earth. I mean, thankfully I'm not going through that right now. Instead, it's just cold. It is just cold. I've heard of the summer monsoons in the countryside, turning already healthy and lush valleys into moors. The road doubling as a stream is unexpected, though. I guess as long as the coachman isn't worried about it, it should be fine. It's a nice carriage, too. Certainly nicer than we've ever been in. Can't feel the bench through the cushions. The lantern isn't jostling violently, threatening to burn us to death. Most carriages don't even have lanterns. I guess I should count my blessings that the summons included concierge transportation, and that the hotel is willing to honor it. All the services at the train station were closed from the rain. Oh! There's an excited smack against the glass as Julia cups her hands around her eyes to see something more easily. As you do. I've done it on a few occasions. But with my worsening eyesight, I don't even think that could help me. I lean over in my seat, looking out the window on my side of the carriage. I copy Julia's cupped hands, preventing the lantern's reflection from obscuring my view. Oh, you know what? I should tweet that. No, I definitely meant to do that. Yeah, totally did it. Okay. I'm sorry if you can hear my clackety clack clack. Maybe I should do a little, cause I don't think they have a Twitter account. Hold on. So I gotta find it. I mean, I kinda just wanna. Can I just like. Fuck it. It's kinda. Huh. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's on their link tree. Yeah, 'cause I forgot that Twitter. So yeah, if anybody wants to look at their socials and stuff, here it is. You can check out their link tree. Alrighty. Now that I've done that I should have done before, but definitely forgot. Oh, right, I read this already. Look at this beautiful place. Oh, indeed. A dark pointed shape is coming into view, a blob poking out of the fog. The grand... Oh no. Oh, I know it's not Oreo. I know it's not. Dang it. Hold on, let me see how to actually pronounce it. Thank you. Alright, how do you pronounce this? Oh, dang it, hold on.
Oreo.
Oreo, okay. So it is just Oreo. It's crazy. I thought the accent meant something, but I guess not. Okay. It's just Oreo. Alrighty, the Grand Oreo. It's more threatening than majestic as we pull up to the landing, but it is certainly a fancy port in a storm. Feeling the coachman hop down, we prepare to head out. I open the door and Julia holds her hands over her head as a crude shelter from the downpour. I step out first, handing her my hat to use instead. Julia snatches it and hurries out, sprinting from the landing up the stairs. As our luggage is pulled from the rack and set on the landing, one of the tall doors is pulled open. A doorman steps out, first looking at Julia, then down at me and our luggage. You'd think we'd showed up with tree branches growing out of our heads for how confused he looks. It's only 2 bags, and with the second one set down, the coachman leaves to stable the horses without a word, ignoring any opportunity for a tip. Makes sense. The rain is coming down in sheets. Julia waits for me and our bags at the open door, still holding my hat over her head. Once caught up and inside, the doorman slams the front doors closed behind us. Again, without a word. Again, returning to his post. He watches us from the corner of his eye, befuddled. The only path for us, forward, into the hotel's foyer. The Grand Oriole is as opulent as its name implies, although the grand is starting to wear around the edges. All I really know about it is that it used to belong to royalty before the crown took a vow of poverty, however many generations ago. The heated demand jerks my attention around. At the front desk, a noble woman wrapped in blue has. The receptionist practically falling out of their seat. A couple of unsure bellhops share glances, neither willing to take initiative near a perfect pyramid of suitcases. Annoyed and Azure is like, what a name. Oh man. Julia and I both freeze, my hand halfway down the other arm for shucking water from my jacket, and Julia stays bent from wringing out her skirt. As though summoned from the aether, maybe. To this day, I still don't know. I just don't know. Because it's the fact that it can be said like 2 different ways, you know? From the aether, the hotel manager appears at the side of the desk, hands clasped in eager supplication. The woman flaps a hand in our direction as Julia shakes off a final few droplets. We simultaneously lift a hand in awkward acknowledgement. The manager leans over the desk to glance at the open ledger, brow creased. Oh goodness. She cuts him off with a swipe of her hand. Well, not me feeling. She cuts him off with a swipe of her hand and whirls to face us, a perfect vision of aristocratic indignation, barely restrained by the tenets of polite society. Yes, ma'am. With a ramrod finger pointed right at us, her other hand a firm fist to her waist, she stomps closer with each demanding question. The main road, the hotel valet, and... Nope. The noble woman whips around on the manager again. The poor man flinches before she even starts in on him. She makes a wide shooing gesture with her arm. It's only as the tongue-lashed staff begin to load the suitcases back onto the waiting cart do I realize that the tiny mountain of luggage beside the front desk is hers. All of it? Wow. In a final act of aristocratic exasperation, She yanks at the ribbon beneath her chin, undoing the bow of her hat. Dramatic episode concluded, her eyes slowly shift back over to us, though, gratefully, with far less fire. She's beautiful, even if her glare could melt glass. She holds one arm across her waist, propping her other elbow in its hand. I think we're pretty sane. Julia ignores the noblewoman's inquiry, amused and marveling at her theater instead. With a shrug and lifted eyebrows, I answered honestly, "Ish." Neither? I extend a hand. The woman takes it daintily, in a proper fashion. "John, this is my sister Julia." Julia bows her head out of respect. A slight smile tugs at the noblewoman's lips. She offers her family name without comment about me having left out ours, if she noticed at all. So hello, welcome in, messy me, welcome in. What do we want to say to her? What if we just don't say anything? What if we just don't say anything? Yeah, why don't we just say nothing? What if? It's a lot of what if. Like, what if we just completely ignore her existence? What if we did that? The soiree? The circus convention. I mean, listen. If it were a real circus, at least there'd be a trapeze. Lola tries to fight a smile, then, lips pursed with the corners of her mouth turned up. She seems to take in Julia a second time, as if revising her first impression. Well, what, Lola, what? Her gaze resettles past Julia and I, unfocused with a thoughtful sadness. It's a sudden betrayal of her haughty attitude, speaking with a wistful disappointment and a shoulder-dipping sigh. Have patience with me. Oh my god. Why would you say it like that? Lola! Ma'am! It's so rude. Her eyes flick back to us, the bright, commanding energy right back where she left it. Not a beat missed. Well, okay. John, actually. I mean... You know what? You can't blame the lady. I mean, she's sort of kinda got a point. It's like, why just stop at John? Lola winks as she turns away, leaving me with just enough time to open my mouth, but not enough time to reply. Julia snorts, trying not to laugh at my being got. I clamp my jaw back up and snatch my hat straight off her head, and she can't hold it in. Shut up. I can't stay too irked about it if Julia found it funny, just as I decide to let it go. Who is this? Brunette? Oh. Oh, okay. It demands a genuine effort to keep my eyes on her face. Beneath it, ribbons from her neck are squashed within the ample, exaggerated cleavage. Her busty, near-bursting corset strains as she breathes. Yeah, I guess you can say she's boobalicious. Oh my goodness. But John, is it really that hard? The shawl is draped across her arms, falling down to her waist. It creates a perfect demanding picture in a frame effect for her John. Come on, John. You gotta snap out of it. You gotta snap out of it. Yeah. Yes, I've found that to be true. Julia is very still in my peripheral vision. Too still and silent. The tight, close-lipped smile, I jolt her shoulder with my elbow. Startled and caught out, Jules straightens up stiffly, her chin too high to compensate for her blatant oogling. Eyes shifting around, trying to find a new focus point, widening when they find the woman's face. Realization overtakes her embarrassment. Oh, aren't you? I didn't see you. The newcomer smiles expectantly, the corners of her lips quirking up in anticipation of flattery and recognition. Julia snaps her fingers in aha. You did that interview in Mystics Monthly. Tarot throwback, right? You're Seraphina? The woman's expression instantly sours, those same corners now folding in, pursing her lips in insult, although she's quick to recover with a more tranquil expression. Serafiona? Ew. Right, the tarot reader. I have heard that name before. What, did they lie about something? Did you tell them nothing but lies? Did you change your mind? Oh, I thought it was pretty good. Once upon a time, a few mistakes ago. I do this every time. Every time I see words that are like from a song, I just do that. One of these days, I'll just never do it ever again. One of these days. Oh, they're spreading lies about her. I see. Same thing anytime 1 week in a sentence, I internally scream it's Vin. Yeah, I just have a habit. There've been a few times where it could be like something like, just the two of us, and I'm like, just the two of us, if we can make it, if we try. Or, there was another one that I keep doing. Yeah, I can't remember which one it was. But it was like another oldies. I just kept at it. I'm like, I need to stop. Oh no, no. What I always do is hello from the other side. Anytime anybody's like, hello, I just go, it's me. I'm just like, why do I do this? That's the nerve Julia struck. A self-styled tarot witch. Last year's model by the sounds of it. What is that? But yeah, I've been good about it these past days, but today, I guess I was like, you know what, fuck it. We ball, we sing. Dark rooms with blacked out windows and incense-soaked rugs. Lit by low candles, cards turned over to reveal vaguely threatening futures. It's largely fallen out of vogue. The neo-spiritualism movement encourages more participation from its patrons. Tarot reading is too one-sided for a lot of people now, preferring the creepy and accurate readings from more involved or even possessed psychics. I was about to say physics. I'm like, I know that's not physics. Oh god. I was like, no, don't say it, don't say it. Throwback seems premature though, and harsh. Sarah Fiona's eyes flutter briefly, as if coming out of a trance and remembering we're in front of her. I mean, sure, if you want it. I reach into my still trying jacket. The thin metal case kept my business cards dry where the lining wouldn't. Julia still beats me to a real introduction. Julia, and this is my brother John. I retrieve a card and flip the case closed. It says closed. Oh. I'm just gonna apologize right here and now. I can read. I really can read. But for some reason, I just misread a lot. Okay, let's do that again. I retrieve a card and flip the case closed before carefully pocketing it. A gift from our dad on the day I opened my agency. Engraved and everything. I think he was more excited than I was when I told him about the idea. Man, the whole team proofread for hundreds of hours and we still bungled boy. Listen, from one writer to another, no matter how many times you proofread, there's still going to be an error somewhere. But no, I think it's just more like the CL happened to be closer than I was expecting, which makes it look like a D, but it's very obvious that it's like two separate letters. So yeah, no matter how much you proofread, there's always going to be something missing. A missing period, a missing letter, or in this case, letters close together. You just gotta roll with the punches. Sarah Fiona holds her palm out for the card, waiting for me to hand it to her instead of her reaching for it. I step forward to meet her hand. Her long fingers curl closed, before quickly rolling the card over her knuckles. With a final flick, my business card is pinched between her thumb and index finger. It's a cool little show of elegant dexterity. Julia watches the display with interest. I'm more interested in the show on Sarah Fiona's face. Her eyebrows don't move, but a twitch of her mouth reveals some surprise as her eyes pass over our surname. Probably. Maybe. What's it to you? Who we're related to? Uh-huh. Here we go. That's what I was watching for. Ever since accepting my mystery invitation, I figured this would be impossible to avoid. Our mother is is well known in psychic circles. I would expect anyone attending an event called a séance soirée to recognize her name. The problem is, well known is far removed from well liked. She's made more enemies among the living than the dead. Top of her field, friend to none. Yeah, one and the same. I apologize for however Iori has wronged you. Best to get ahead of these things before assumptions, accusations, or fists start flying. I've only ever caught one punishment for Iori, but that was plenty enough for me. That's so valid. Like, literally, all it takes is like one, and it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna say I have no relation, and I'm just gonna apologize. Are you looking forward to her? I sigh an involuntary dry ha at the inquiry. Something like this would never be in danger of Iori showing up. Oh no, it's just the two of us here. She's a solo. We're a duo. Listen. If you're giving me an option to call my sibling a liability, I'm going to call my sibling a liability. Like, I just love it when devs just like give you like the most unhinged option to pick, and I'm like, you put it there, so I'm going to sit there and pick it. You're a liability, sis. Your liability is what you are. That's what Dad always says in the clinic. Dad knows you well. Put at ease either by our antics or the reassurance Iori won't be present. Sarah Fiona gives a close-lipped but seemingly genuine smile. John absolutely talks to Julia differently than he does others. Well, when you're siblings, you know, you've practically been together all your lives, so you feel you can talk to them a certain way compared to other people. Like, I would not sit there and talk to, like, my IRL friend the way I would to, like, my sister. Most certainly not. I stopped just short of flicking Julia's forehead. We both noticed that. Safer? With no clarification at all, Sarah Fiona readjusts her shawl again, preparing to depart. Alright, thanks, Sarah Fiona. We'll go there. I give a single nod up in thanks. Sarah Fiona picks up her voluminous skirts and departs in the opposite direction from Lova, leaving us to finally get ourselves sorted with the hotel staff. Man! I felt that, man. I felt that. She casts a long shadow, huh, Jules? We're on another continent, and the first mystic we run into is someone she's burned. Julia doesn't respond. She just stares after Sarah Fiona, lost in thought. I shake my head and scan the foyer, letting her fantasize while we wait for the concierge to recover from Lola's outburst. Okay. Oh, I can investigate things. Alright, why don't we do that? But before I do, I'm just going to go quickly get some more water because I forgot to fill up my bottle. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, I got my water. Oh! Oh! Okay. I didn't know there was like a scroll. Alright, let's investigate. The events hall is prepared. Thank you, thank you. Reliefs of sentences. Sentences. I don't know why I said sentences. Sentences! Sentences surrounded by wax. Candles adorning the carvings down the hallway. It seems a little disrespectful to do so without prayer or outside of a service. Yet, I don't really have a reason as to why. Kinda like being rude to a nun. Regardless of conversion, you would never. If you run down that hole, your hair will catch fire. You're lying! I'll tell Dad! Tell him what? You want to run around in flames? I mean, listen, he's got a boy, like... You're seriously gonna sit there and tell Dad that you want to run around in flames? You're still lying. Oh, goodness. Alright, what about this? Sorry. I'm trying to get all my giggles out. This is just like, yeah, go ahead. Tell dad. Tell dad that you want to run around in flames. You'll be the one getting in trouble. Ugh, okay, I'm good now. The slate sign advertises the seance. The black is clean and the lines are straight. I like it. I wonder if the Tremaines commissioned it, or if the hotel Screever whipped it up on the fly. We should get Dad one of those. You want to advertise for Dad, but not for me? Dad actually gets work, so... Jeez. Listen here, sister of mine. If you can go work for Dad if you want. That goddamn. John out here trying his darndest. What else can we look at? Oh, we can look at the flowers. Look at this though. The crown jewel of the front hall is the massive painting at the top of the stairs. It's a gorgeous portrait of Saint Ene? And her steed, Dima. Or is it Dima? Might be Dima. Oh, and? Oh, okay. Saint Anne and her steed Dima? A royal dedicated to healing the sick. Latin is silly. Very. Very. But it also makes things sound cool, so. You know, the trade-off with Latin. It sounds cool, but it's also silly. A royal dedicated to healing the sick. She rode around the country, visiting hospitals and ramshackle clinics to tend to her ailing subjects. Horses couldn't catch whatever humans carried, and Princess Anne was celebrated for improving the spirits of patients by taking them around on Dima. She passed away to some malady she picked up along the way. Princess Anne was ridden with so many illnesses, it was hard for doctors of the time to pick any single one as the culprit. Now the saintess of equestrians, she and Dima are the perfect mascots for the equestrian therapy offered at the Grand Orel. Oh, the last royal to show their face. What? No, she wasn't. No? No, you should know that. What are you learning in school? It's summer. I refuse to learn anything right now. You know what? That's actually kind of fair. It's so fair. Like, literally, I was the exact same way when I was in school. Once summer hit, I said, no. No more learning. I learn in school. Outside of school, I don't learn. Julia is so valid for that, honestly. Okay. Oh yeah. I guess we can do the stairs next. Just go from left to right. Sturdy and wide, the stairs seem to spill from the second floor, like water spreading out from between rocks. The craftsmanship is incredible, but just to be expected considering who used to go up and down those stairs. They seem impractical for the same reason. Hard to imagine royals hoofing it up there, huh? I bet they let gravity do the work on the way down. Now that would be a sight. Just to make sure there's nothing else. Okay. Back to the flowers. The faint, pleasing scent is explained by numerous decorative flowers. On pillars and railings, in pots placed so high I don't know how the staff reached them. That's such a mood. The roses likely came from the front garden. I don't recognize the others. I guess they're big on plants here. Well, they have a royal garden. Be a waste not to it. Gotta love people and their engines. Gotta be the loudest, roaringest thing that you gotta, have. I feel bad for anyone having to garden in the storms, though. The concierge looks to have recovered from Lady Summerit's outburst. We should check in. And check in we shall. I check in with the receptionist at last, and a bellhop takes our bags to our room. A 3-day weekend, all expenses paid, courtesy of our anonymous benefactor. My secret admirer, as Julia put it. We haven't even been here for 10 minutes, and I've already got way more questions than answers. Whilst the still perplexed receptionist looks at the papers I'd been sent to confirm the reservations, I look past them at the gold grid of keys and missives, one for each room. More blocks are empty than not, somewhat surprising for such an esteemed retreat in the dead of summer. And I don't think it's just the rain. Whoever invited me here, I wonder what's worth the effort. We both ditched our jackets, and Julia redoes her braids as we reach the card parlor. The first thing I clock is the sign directing seance attendance to the East Ballroom. Hand-painted, not even printed. Old-timey loops and curls to exaggerate certain words. Deliberate staining to artificially age the sign. The Tremaines must want to capture that vintage feel of an old psychic's shop. English. Hard. None of the tables are properly manned, probably due to the low guest count. I'll survive. There are several card games I like, and none of them am I any good at. You know, John, I'm starting to think you just suck at life, man. You get no work. You suck at card games. What's next, man? What's next? A maid and a bartender excitedly sway on the patron side of one table. He's 19, he's new. It could have fooled me. I mean, yeah, sure. His life is just getting started. But really? Not good at any card games? Even Goldfish? Do you suck at Goldfish too? Dang, man. He's an atrocious liar. Oh. He's one of those honest to goodness ones, eh? That's kind of sweet. Oh, did I read it? Oh, no, I didn't finish. That's why I didn't finish. Sarah Fiona sits across from them, holding the maid's hand palm up. Ooh. I would say I like to go on a trip down by the sea, but I tend to avoid big bodies of water because otherwise I might die because I don't know how to swim. I can feel my mouth pull to the side in annoyance. Old reads? I thought she was a tarot reader. Julia's halfway down her second tail, flipping her parted hair. She glares down at the braid as she weaves, annoyed with the uneven lumps. Listen, that's gonna happen when you have a lot of hair. Oh, she barely ever breaks out the cards anymore. Unless you pay top dollar, apparently. I see. If Sarah Fiona doesn't even open her door without enough zeros, what did the Tremaines pay to get her here? Nobles are gonna noble, I guess. So, I feel like we can just throw money at anything and get whatever we want. They pay to make their problems go away, essentially. And they pay whatever they need to get what they want. Man, must be nice. It's being able to buy whatever you want and not have to worry about money. Like, you can splurge on, like, that $2,000 coat and not have to worry about the future ramifications of that purchase. Man. Mm-hmm. An older man, oh my, scandalous. The maid's eyes flit down to Sarah Fiona's corset. I cast a sidelong glance at Julia, but she's not really watching. She's more focused on stuffing stubborn loops back into the plate. Oh goodness. You know, I'm gonna be real. I don't know. Yes, gotta love people roaring down the street. Anyways, I don't know. I'm iffy about stuff like this, like future reading. Yeah, it happens a lot. Well, more like sirens happen a lot, more than like people zipping down. Yeah, I don't know. I'm iffy about stuff like this. It's like, I do think it's fun, you know? Tarot reading, palm reading, crystal ball stuff. I think all that's kind of fun to like experience, but like to actually believe in it, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's more like just to like have fun with it rather than like take it seriously. But I understand, you know, these are times back in the day when that there wasn't really anything to really like be like, oh, you know, this is false and stuff like that. Nobody can actually like divine your future. No offense to the subjects in our story, but I agree. Very hard for me to take seriously. But usually, tarot is a beautiful art. Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I personally feel like, you know what, y'all shouldn't take this too seriously. But I can see why people enjoy it. Cause I don't lie, like I said, I myself, I've like tried to do like online tarot readings and stuff like that just to see what it would say, you know. And I also can't lie, I've also used it in some of my stories as well. Where like I made it where like, you know, it was actually real that this person could actually predict what was gonna happen to you. It was fun. But again, at the end of the day, it's just something to have fun with, not something you should be overtly serious about. So, you know, just seeing like Sarah Fiona just sitting there being like, oh, so you were here. Were you with this kind of person? She was like, nah. She's like, oh, okay, for the future then. It's like, oh, you annoy me. You're just guessing. Alright, let's see. The maid happily pulls her hand back, cradling it carefully in the other. Sarah Fiona, pleased with the maid's dreamy, hopeful acceptance, looks to the bartender. Like Julia, the maid before him, and probably everyone else, it takes the man a moment to compose himself and focus on Sarah Fiona's face, his own turning bright red. Sarah Fiona leans forward, her curls, shawl, chest swaying with emotion. Elbows on the table, she laces her fingers beneath her chin, almost drowsily shifting her eyes between the two. What's she trying to do here? Rolling her head into one hand, she extends the other. Clearly willing and still nervous, the bartender nevertheless extends his arm, allowing her to pour over his hand. With just the long nail of her thumb, she traces the creases and lines of his palm, rocking her head gently, almost to a beat. I mean, again, like I said, she's probably just guessing based off what she sees. I was like, really? More like bullshit. Still, the two staff members excitedly thank Sarah Fiona and depart, shoulder to shoulder, whispering happily about their promised futures. The waitress with a glass of something and a bowl of fruit trades smiles with her co-workers before approaching Sarah Fiona. I'm just gonna say it. Deliberately finding something else to do, I thumb at the green felt on the nearest table. Julia plops down on the patron's side of it. Having decided her hair is good enough, she tosses the tail over her shoulder. Say what? I'm pretty sure she wants people to stare. I lift my brows, unimpressed. Of course she wants people to stare. And I don't mean in the creepy way, I mean like she's actually hoping for that. Like, she makes a rolling gesture with her hands. Like a forever boobalanche. I've never heard it called a boobalanche before. I guess that's another one to add to the books. I swallow a laugh, my scoff almost becoming a snort. You don't think she goes out like that in her day-to-day, do you? The shawl, the ribbons, the gold chains. Like the maid's apron or bartender's sleeve garters, she's dressed for work. every moment you spend watching her. I give a limp, vague gesture with my hand. We both know what I'm referencing. You're not watching her anything else. It's all part of the act. Come on, you're telling me she's not doing any psychicking right now, even without her cards out? Bro, that lexicon, baby. Yeah. Like, I just find it so interesting how people keep finding more and more ways to refer to things. I'm just like, damn. We can be creative that way, but not other ways. I rolled my eyes and parked myself against an adjacent table. I crossed my arms and looked down at Julia, asking questions I already know the answer to. Did you look anywhere else? At her hands? Jewel scrunches her nose at me, stank-faced and offended. Obviously, it's a hand reading, dingus. Yeah? You see her checking his pulse? His watch? She sputters, caught out. Didn't see her check their calendars for hot dates either. Oh, I can say it. I can say it. She's just guessing. I know she is. I know she is. That's part of a good cold read. She's just making something up based on their reactions. Sorry about that. I was discussing my mom. I'll just start over. That's the part of a good cold read. She's just making something up based on their reactions. It's not hard to justify a faulty guess by twisting it around. Like she did with the maid? Yeah, she didn't even have to. A trouble in pink. Uh-oh. Oh, hi, I... Okay, is this Minty? Or is it Mint? Because I know like some names they pronounce the E, some names they don't. So is this one of those? I think I'll go with Mint. Oh, Mint! The back of my throat starts to dry, getting slower still than the time before last. Maybe, eventually, I won't react at all. For now, I swallow. Stumbling past the shyness, Mint pulls out of me. Baby sister, that's so cute. Hi. Hey. Good going, John. Good going. Good going. Hey. I think your record needle is stuck. Listen. Who knows? Of course she would be here. I shouldn't be so surprised. She's probably a step or two beyond up and coming in psychic circles. We stayed friends after the breakup. Well, after she broke up with me, I should say. And maybe friends isn't the right word. I guess friendly. Jean, do you? Damn. What was wrong with you that she broke up with you? was it like a young and dumb kind of thing? You know? Or did you do something to hurt her? Like, I don't want the... I don't want the details. Julia's never disappointed when Minth comes around. She took the breakup harder than I did. She wouldn't admit it, but I think Julia was afraid of being dumped along with me. Oh. Again. In any case, it's good to see Mint here. It shows she's really making it, and not everyone here will be a stranger, even if she looks like one. The hair is different from the billboard I last saw her on, and she's never dressed like this when we were dating. I haven't seen anyone dressed like that, actually. The soft voice and gentle hand gestures are still the same, though. Well, you know, when people get older, they change. For various reasons. Penelope. Eddie! I can't tell if Mint is being particularly generous or merely teasing. She knows I've never exactly been overburdened by offers of work. At the mention of Penelope's name, though, a mischievous smile seems to sag slightly. What do you mean she's still around? What is that supposed to mean? Before I can confirm that, yes, Penelope is still around, and yes, she's managing what workload there is, we're interrupted again. I guess anyone in this line of work needs to be bold. by a woman maybe 10 years Serafiona's senior. She's veiled in muted colors, with a polished crystal clasp and shoulders so wide she must pass through doorways at an angle. Imagine. Ow, ow, my tooth. Ow. Why do I keep banging the thing against my tooth? Okay, she holds her chin high, making sure she's looking down her nose at whomever she's talking to. Tucked under one arm, an overstuffed binder, covered with notes and cards tacked or pinned to the front. Commanding, demanding energy. A be-shouldered woman. That's a good one. Be-shouldered. I shoot Mint the quick, unsure look as this woman. I'm gonna think it's Adelaide? And if it's not Adelaide, then I don't know. Lights up like a firework. That she was a mom? Yeah. She's not. She's not. And fade out like a firework too. Oh. Her bored disappointment perks up into a pinched, smug smirk. Reflecting a lot of practice and poise, Adelaide produces a business card out of thin air with a flick of her wrist. Yeah? Okay. Whatever you say. Aren't we self-important? I take the card with a shallow nod. A lot of fancy words to say she's a talent agent for psychics. Without waiting for a response, she turns to Mint, casting us aside like we were never there to begin with. Seems she has no interest in us, only Iori. Maybe the only person I've ever met in this business eager to meet her. Probably. But of course, I wouldn't know. I just got here. Mint smiles and tucks her hand into the elbow of Adelaide's offered arm, allowing herself to be spun away from us. She turns. I'm like, why did that not make sense? She turns as she's hauled off, using her free hand to leave us with a wave of wiggling fingers and a pleased goodbye. Julia returns the wave in kind just as Adelaide whirls Mint back around and deeper into the parlor. I look down at the card Adelaide handed me. The stock is thick, embossed on both sides. Colored ink, curling font. Business must be good. Nothing I'll lose any sleep over, but it really puts my default font basic black ink cards to shame. I hold the card out for Julia to look at. She in your periodicals? Duh, of course. Well, excuse me, little princess. I can't know of everybody. Julia's brows swoop down into a perfect hood of doubt and concern. John? I can feel my face heat up at her judgment. What? Jonathan? What? Jules rolls her eyes with her whole head. Oh, brother. Well, before I can ask for an explanation, however, the waitress that had been serving Serafiona passes by. She smiles, silently asking if we need anything before continuing on towards where Adelaide has sat, mint down. I lower my voice to a mutter. Enlighten me since you're so smart. You'll see. You're annoying. And so smart. Not that we wouldn't argue on full stomachs. Julia grumps about the dining room because I'm hangry. Pure projection. When Dad's out of town, I can survive on peanut butter and toast. Do you just not cook for yourself, man? I figure at, 19 you would know how to cook for yourself? Question mark? Still, I'm happy to indulge. Snacks are a powerful motivator, and it's true that neither of us have eaten since the train's complimentary lone tin of crackers. Like a lot of dining places, we smell it before we see it. Anyone would forgive us for not realizing that, though. Oh, wow. Whoa! The hallway opens up directly into the room, which resembles a conservatory more than any kind of dining hall I've ever eaten in. Perhaps it even was one, once, in a past life, where the Aurel was still a palace manse. The apothecary would have to be somewhere. Whatever this used to be, the Grand Aurel decided to repurpose it after the acquisition, and wow, what a direction they took it in. The outer walls are all glass, looking out at the stormy, muddy grounds of the hotel, held up by gold and white paneling. Outside's relentless storm just makes the well-lit room even more stark against the dark glass. Plants and flower boxes spill over from every corner, leaving what feels like a daring amount of space for the intentionally mismatched chairs and tables at which guests take their meals. The air is a bit heaty, floral, and if the color green had a scent, this would be it. Between the pollen and the summer humidity, I feel like I'm breathing through a bouquet, like a plague doctor's mask. Hanging foliage cascades down from above, ivy curling up the suspended planters as well as stretching down, drawing one's eye to the miniature iron wheel centerpiece, bearing planters in place of passenger cars, overstuffed and heaving with fat leaves and yawning poppies, all framed by flowering vines erupting all around it. It is impressive to say the very least. Holy. Yeah. I mean, the time it must take to water them every day. A freaking Ferris wheel! Near the doors to the kitchen, I gaggle with tutoring nobles ooh and ah over a barely glowing spread of trinkets and knickknacks. A man in a monocle heads the proceedings loudly and proudly. An open jacket draped over his shoulders flaps dramatically with his wide-armed gestures. A megalomonocle. Cool, quite a title. Drawn to the spectacle, Julia wanders towards, but not actually to, the crowd, and I follow. The table is covered with protective charms and trinkets from a variety of different cultures. I see charm bracelets, floral sachets, amulets with a variety of gemstones, jade hands, pendants carved with most every occult symbol in the book. Okay. I read that right. I was like, wait a minute. And even a painted wooden doll in the middle, a hitogata. At the head of the table, opposite the gentleman and his wares, is a woman in head-to-toe mourning garb. Her furs are glossy and plush. The fabric looks heavy. Like Miss Samare, I suspect this is a noble guest of the hotel. The hawker leans back, pleased as pie, as the woman fret over the indicated bracelet. Sorry for the pause, I had to take a pause. No, it's fine, because I also had to pause myself. So don't worry. Oh, where was I? Oh, here we go. With the lucky buyer practically swooning as she turns her wrist back and forth to catch the light. Siler soil? Siler soil. Soil. Okay. Okay. Siler's eyes narrow as he takes us in. His eyes flit down to my waist, and he reaches up to adjust his monocle. He spotted the omamori looped on my belt, I guess. I can feel my eyelids fall heavy in annoyance, murmuring out of the corner of my mouth. We've been made. Jules slips her hand into mine, idly touching her own omamori on her sash and keeping it a bit behind me. I brace myself for Skylar to launch into another spiel about how our charms are so clearly outdated and oh, wouldn't we feel so much safer with a new amulet or this authentic Hitogata? But mercifully, spiel doesn't come. Another noblewoman picks up a rather gaudy-looking engraved ring, and Siler's attention follows the sale. Goddamn sirens. We turn away from the table, and are greeted by yet another noblewoman, this one in an ill-fitting dress with a huge fur collar, hiding the bottom half of her face. Her ushanka is large, sliding slowly down over her eyes. She nudges it back up, both hands still in her muffler. And yet, the most distracting thing is the color. It's so much orange. Which part? Peach Fuzzy Yeti. That's a crazy name to call somebody. I mean, I know. He's not saying it to their face, but these descriptions. Oh god. They only get better. He put a number on prices pretty fast, too. Priced for the gullible. The woman fixes her ushanka again, squinting at the pile of trinkets. The tutoring table is too far away to hear me, but she's close enough. I clear my throat, hoping she's not that gullible group. Not in that gullible group. Oh goodness. Is he in here again? This cat needs to go take a damn nap. I don't know why they're awake right now. They should be sleeping. Cats are feeling active. Oh, goodness. Sorry, miss. Alright. Annie? It's a bit odd for a noble to leave off their surname with strangers. And Annie is pretty plain too, but who am I to judge? John, and this is my sister Julia. Hello, Annie. You excited for the show? Oh, poor thing. You poor thing. Sounds about right. You'd be pretty hard-pressed to find an unaccompanied noble of any age. It's boorish to travel alone. If your money can't buy company, it's not worth the paper it's printed on. High society parents promoting their children to chaperone. Guaranteed guarantee an entourage. Tale as old as steam. There are certainly worse fates, but it's still a short stick. A polished, refined, high-quality, gold-speckled short stick. Yeah. I like to think so, yeah. Oh, I know they are. Well, you see, I mean, my eyes work. You know what, John? Alright, John. Julia squeezes my hand, the corners of her mouth turning up with a snort. But sincerely, take that Hitogata for example. Okay. Oh. It's oversized? A Hitogata is a lightweight protective charm. They're designed to be kept on your person in case the worst happens. But that one wouldn't even fit in a purse, much less your belt. And then I guess it's damaged. When they're properly bound, its preservation becomes enchanted. The ink can't bleed, the paper can't tear, the body won't wear. It's an oversimplified explanation, but there's no need to get lost in the weeds on it. Curse redirection is an abstract art, used by monks and exorcists. Curse breaking is a monumental task, and rarely tackled. But this one is covered in chips and smears, like it's been jumbling around in his luggage for weeks. For a few weeks! Ugh. Ugh. You got there. Yep, I got there. That's the best part, that I got there. As far as warding off a curse goes, you just have as much luck throwing a stick and telling it fetch. Right. Biggest red flag. But the biggest red flag. That it's written on at all. A Hitogata, scapegoat, sacrifice. It can't be bound without someone specific in mind. You can't carry around spares. They're made per person. You might be able to explain it away as an example, but that one in particular? It's bunk. Before I can make a sarcastic dismissal, Julia speaks. No, not everything. Her gaze lands on Siler instead of his wares. There's definitely something real there. I can feel it. Annie lifts her Ushanka, eyes widened. I follow Annie's concern, looking down at Julia. Her eyes are relaxed and half-lidded, not focused on anything. Her head brushes against my arm as she begins to list toward my side. I give our held hands a gentle shake, using my arm to gently set her back to straight. With a sharp breath through her nose, Julia comes to. As she scrubs at her eye with her free hand, I look back to Annie. Sorry. Traveling all day. Anyway, broken clocks are right twice a day, but I still wouldn't buy anything from him. When there's a tree, there's a forest. Sorry, I'm trying to understand this. Where there's a tree, there's a forest. I mean, because I'm thinking like about the trees that I have outside, and I'm like, but there's no forest. I'll probably get it someday. Julia gives me a bleary, confused look. I mean, look around us? You know what I mean. Annie catches a glimpse of something over my shoulder. In the hall, a mustachioed man carrying a doctor's bag, heading past the dining area towards the east side of the hotel. Ah, yeah, a pleasure. Hi, Annie. Annie picks up her skirts and chases after the man, disappearing from sight around the corner. I think Lola may have gotten her circus after all. At an event called the Seance Soirée, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone normal. Yeah, I guess so. Julia is slow to reply. I look back to her. Sorry for zonking out. I didn't eat before we left. No kidding. Me neither. It doesn't look like they're serving in here yet. There's a bar on the pamphlet. Let's go see if they have any snacks. Sorry if I missed it. Have you checked out the case file menu at all? I have not. I have not. I'm taking this as my cue to check it out. Oops. Oh, my neck. Trade tickets. Credit cards. Wait, so we just have them? We just have them? Do we just like carry them with us? You know what? She probably uses human bones, that's why she won't tell you. That's probably what it is. You picked them up as you met the mediums who used them. Just for the demo. Ew. Okay. I was about to say, I don't remember obtaining tarot cards. Oh my god, we stole his Hitogata. Are you kidding? Alright, let's actually look at the people. I wonder, will we ever actually get to meet Dad? Because I'm just kind of curious. Like, what does Dad look like? Okay, next person. Oh, I was gonna say, does it go in like name order? But no, I don't think that's it. Or does it? Wait, because it's A-D-L, M, S, S. Okay, yeah, actually it is. Okay, so I was like, wait a minute. This is going in like name. You see him in the title menu screen? He's in the picture of. Oh, you're right. I completely forgot about that picture. And I was literally staring at it too. Listen. I swear. I'm not an idiot. My memory is just very short term. We're a long way from the title menu, it's okay. Noblewoman question mark? It's so real. Okay. Damn, he kinda looking fine in the sketch, not gonna lie. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. Oh, the T is silent. Okay, so then Samari. This whole time I thought the T wasn't silent. I'm so sorry, Lola. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. You know, John. Maybe it's time to move on. Maybe just a little bit. Oh, gross it out, I see. Calling him a grifter is crazy, but probably true. Okay. The I've heard the word. I've heard it pronounced. I've seen it before. I'm still gonna butcher it. The dossiers. Okay. Update as a story for business. Dossiers. Oh, I thought they're dossiers. Dossiers. Okay. Oh god. I'm just horrible at pronouncing things. I don't know why. That's interesting to know that these pictures will change. But damn, why did he make Dr. Harlow so attractive? French is also silly? Oh! Oh. I was gonna be like, my name is French, which it technically is. But oh god. I was like, you know what, that just seems irrelevant. Yeah, why do you make him so attractive? Like John? Question mark? Of course this part is more detailed, of course it is. John. So the sketches are done by our art director, Shannon. She is notoriously awful at drawing Dr. Harlow, so she went ham on this version. Oh, I thought it was like, I mean, I know there's like an actual artist drawing these sketches, but I thought you meant like Jean himself was like making these sketches. Because then I'd be like, hey yo, making him look so attractive. You got a thing for him? but if that's not the case, then ignore me. But yeah, oh, he is? Okay. The streak is working for him. Oh my god. Alright, I see you, John. I see you. Alright, did I read this? I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. If I did it well, there it is. Oh, and booze! Not for you, Jules. Aw, but I'm on vacation. You're 15. Come on, just one. You did? Okay. Like I said, my memory is terrible. It is terrible. If you asked me what I said a minute ago, I would not be able to repeat it to you. So, you gotta be there when I say stuff because I will not be able to repeat it to you. Unless I like wrote it down. One booze? Yeah. No. You're still a growing girl. Purity police. Corrupt criminal. What would Dad say? Sure, you can have a drink as long as you promise to regret it. I hate that. That's a pretty good impression. Thank you. I've known him all my life. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh no, more ads. The Grand Orel purports to be a lot of things. Luxurious, historic, esteemed, accessible, haunted. I'm not sure about that last one, but it's definitely dedicated to being grand. Oh, I'm like, did I miss something? Even the billiards bar is a magnificent hall. Smaller than the rest, but no less extravagant with tall windows, richly dyed curtains, and dark wood floors, dark wood tables, dark wood everything. Most of the floor is lowered, making a space for squat chairs and tables, like a cigar lounge. The elevation difference draws the eye to the glimmering star that is the bar, elevated an extra 2 steps from the rest of the room. Gold shelves break up the reflection in the massive mirror behind the tree trunk countertop. Sharply dressed bartenders glide back and forth. Oh, one of them we've seen getting his palm read, preparing for the evening's festivities. Far in the back, the red velvet pool tables are all neatly set up for any patrons inclined to a quick game, with cues and chalk provided in perfectly symmetrical racks on the walls. The air is suffused with the lingering smells of high-quality scotches and brandies. Must roll out into the garden like a fog when those glass doors are open. Julia pinches her nose to shut out the smell. A sigh. Yeah, it's a lot for me too. I bet this stuff is older than I am. They'll be older than both of us combined. And Dad too, probably. At the bar is a dapper older gentleman, undoubtedly another noble, with a drink in one hand and the glove of a giggly waitress in the other. Look at this old man. Sorry, that was so judgmental for no reason. Tremaine? That must be one of our hosts. I want to talk to him about the invite. The waitress playfully reaches for the glove as he holds it out, laughing when he pulls it back. I'd love to know you were thinking about him immediately. Really? Okay. But, maybe not while he's... not right now. Here we go again. I can already see the meme in my head. Ah shit, here we go again. Oop. I'm gonna start wearing bells. The bitter glare this particular interruption is casting toward the bar can't disguise the stuffy air that follows nobles around. I'm beginning to feel somewhat underdressed, and I'm in my best vest. You sound pretty jealous. Julia. What? She does. I raise a hand and lean forward in a conciliatory manner. Wait, consolatory. No, conciliatory. There we go. Conciliatory. Conciliatory. You know what? We'll pretend I said it right. There we go. Otherwise, we'd be there forever. I swear I can read. Okay, so it is conciliatory. I am so sorry about her. The woman chuckles, though, and Julia gives me a confident and judgy smirk for jumping the gun. Daughter, so you're... But the invitation said Lord and Lady Tremaine, so isn't he... Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, it's their 30th anniversary? Damn, going strong, I guess. The sterling thread caustic network for wondrous, psychic, and otherworldly affairs. That is a long name. We're gonna be shortening this, right? In the future, right? Right? The international organization that oversees and polices mediums like the ones attending this party, among other things. Some of that obsession must have rubbed off on Elle here. Only people overly familiar tend to just call it the caustic. Oh, okay, there we go. Because I'm like, it's way too long. Ooh. I know the type of person her mother is described to be all too well. I run into them fairly often in my line of work. Your parents are big on spiritualism then? It's got an early start. Oh god. Yeesh. What do you even say to that? Nothing. You don't say anything. You just pat them on the back and give them a pitying smile. Aware she put something uncomfortable between us, Elle narrows her eyes in another thin smile, like our hesitation is funny to her. She's not wrong, though. Especially back in the day. Like now, you know, people are divorcing left and right. Like, sometimes the slightest inconvenience, but back then, couldn't really do that. Dang, girl. I'm sorry to hear. Before I can come up with a suitable response, if there even is one to a statement like that, the high peal of the waitress's laughter cuts through our conversation. All three of us turn to see Lord Tremaine, Brooke, finally catching the waitress's hand in his. Elle's expression darkens even further than when she'd first interjected. Yeah? Ooh, cider. And with that, she vanishes, like she was never there. She didn't even ask our names. Can't say I'm busted up about it. Spotting a bartender with a box of familiar packages, I touch Julia's shoulder and gently turn her away from the spectacle that is Brooke Tremaine's mating call. Mating call. I mean, I suppose. I suppose. Hey, she made one good point. Look, they've got chocolate-coated peanuts. No way! So far from home? I mean, it's not exactly a regional delicacy, but yeah. Julia beams like she hasn't eaten in days. I smile and nudge her forward. Go on, grab a packet, or 4. Just don't spoil your dinner. Sorry, I had some sirens passing by. Meet me in the phone hall when you've had your fill, okay? It's to the right of the front desk. Julia says nothing, only nodding, laser focused as she zips over to the bar, away from Tremaine and what I assume is the start of a long weekend for him. Alright, time to make a call. Aw. Penelope's adorable. That's alright. I figured that's how it'd go. Just thought I'd check. Can't blame me for hoping we'd catch a break, right? I mercifully reached the phone hall without anyone else swooping down from the rafters to aggressively introduce themselves. Aggressively. I think Annie was the only person who didn't aggressively introduce themselves. I think. Yeah. That doesn't mean I'm uninterrupted, unfortunately. As I'm jotting down notes, Julia spins around and sings to herself. All that salt and chocolate on an empty stomach has launched an immediate sugar rush. The pirouette's messy and unbalanced. And noisy. I gesture at her with my notepad to quiet down. She sticks out her tongue at me. Alright, sister, come here. I will pull that tongue out of your mouth. I dare you, do it one more time. No. Nothing. My shoulder suffers a sharp thwack from one of Julia's braids as she twirls. Annoyed, I frantically wave her down. To no avail. Would you quit it? No! Ugh. Penelope put her hand over the receiver, but I can still hear her giggle. Anyway, no, not yet. The only people remotely aware of us are just looking for reassurance that Iori isn't going to come lurching through like a funeral march. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, at least. What? It wasn't postmarked? No, I didn't think of it. So someone delivered it by hand? True. Awful lot of effort to go unnoticed. I scribbled the info down, brow creased. That is a good question, isn't it, Penelope? I mean, I guess they have their reasons, obviously. It's a murder mystery after all. It's kind of like, why do you want me here? Who are you? Why do you want me here? Well, they wanted me to be here. Not the same thing. Aww, Penelope! Oh my god, is she like my #1 hype man? Yo. Thanks, Penelope. I'm so sorry about the barking dog. There's nothing I can do. It's literally from outside. Yeah, I'm hoping to get some clues at the banquet tonight. First seance will be after dinner, I think. Oh. No. There's at least one real mystic. Maybe 1.5. I'm still not sure what to make of Serafiona. Or Siler. 1 3/4. Anyway, that's just left me more confused as to why I'm here. I mean, probably not, but who might have, what's the word, exposed them? Receiver cradled between my ear and shoulder. I sigh and rub my temples. She's not wrong, they usually aren't. But with the Tremaine's money, they can afford the real deal. And I know Mim's genuine. Yeah, maybe. I guess we'll see. I'll call and check in tomorrow, okay? Thank you, Penelope. Oh, yeah, thanks. Why didn't I call him first? Yeah, why didn't you? Do you not like your dad? Sorry. And thanks again for holding down the fort while I'm gone. You're the best. Oh, Penelope. Jules. Hey, Jules. Come say bye. Bye, Penny! I hang up the phone and check out the clock on the wall. If I remember the itinerary correctly, dinner should be starting in a few minutes. Hey, Jules. We should get moving. It's almost time to eat. Thank goodness. I am famished. Still? After all those peanuts? He cut me off. Said he won't overserve me. Good man. Whatever. Chop chop. Oh, right away, Your Highness. Oh, so they do look like their dad. And I'm guessing this is the end. Oh god, worms. Alright. Oh, my arm. Oh. Thanks for playing our demo. We're currently live on Kickstarter. You guys can, look at the Kickstarter that I have linked. Not linked, pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure to check it out when you have time. Hell is that? Sorry, I got distracted a little bit. Sorry. Crowdfunding part 1 of the Seance Soiree. The link's in the description below. Well, yeah. Yeah, but again, like I said, it's right there, pinned. So basically, if you guys enjoyed what you saw, again, I posted it in the chat, so if you ever rewatch the VOD on Twitch, you can always access it from there. This will also be a permanent VOD on YouTube. You'll be able to probably find it from, no, maybe not. No. So I'll probably have to include the link in the description on YouTube. But yeah, go do that. Go look at it now. That includes just about everything you've seen here, plus more characters, more locations, more dialogue, more investigation, just more of everything. Follow us for updates at Red Clover Case Files Games on TikTok, the same on Instagram, and of course on itch.io. As I've said when I started the stream, you can play the demo on their itch page, or you can download it from their itch page. It's also on Game Jolt for those people who use Game Jolt. So, you have options. You have options. We hope to see you joining us at the Grand Orale. Let's solve a murder. Good luck with the murder! So yeah, guys, that is Red Clover Case Files Seance Soiree. So, if you guys love murder mystery as much as I do, or you just like how the game looks in general, again, you've got the links to their Kickstarter, you got the ads to their socials. Well, I did link their link tree earlier. I'll do it again. Where it has basically everywhere they are at. Here's their link tree again. And yeah, that's going to be the end for Red Clover Case Files, because literally that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to do, I mean, other than like explore other dialogue options. Thank you so much for checking out the demo. Of course! Because, like I said, why am I moving the chat? Because, like I said, I saw you guys way back when you were doing your Kickstarter before, and I was kind of sad that there wasn't a demo for me to try out. So I'm glad that this time that there is one, because I really like murder mysteries. I just like mystery in general. Like I always have, because I don't know why. I don't know why I do. I just really love it. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do this. So even though even if you didn't ask me, I was probably gonna end up playing it anyway, which technically you already know. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just like, dang, what else can I say? They're just good stories, man. They are. I mean, it's like after a certain point, it's like some stuff just gets kind of redundant, you know? Like, not to like do like a massive jab, but like Detective Conan, it's like there's only so many like okay, not that them playing their music has passed by. There's only like so much you can do, like make up like tricks and stuff. for how people were murdered. There's only so much you can do. Considering Detective Conan is still going, they've definitely like reused tricks and whatnot. But yeah, even still, it's like you can still get creative with it, you know? No, you're good. We appreciate you. Hope you watch. Hope to watch you play through the finished episode. I would love to. I really would. So I'm guessing what your idea is to basically have it like a series where there's was there was a game that I played that was kind of like that. I guess technically Best Served Gold kind of did something like that, except it was like in chapters where it's like um you have like basically like the same people. Well, okay. So basically what Best Served Gold did was like you were introduced to some people and then they reuse some of the people for the next case and so on. So I'm thinking maybe you're doing something like that, but not exactly like reusing the same people, but like a select few. So you have like one episode with some people, and then some people reappear maybe in the future. Maybe. RCCF would be series Sans Soiree, ideally be in 2 episodes. So yeah, kind of like that. Okay. I mean, that's what I kind of got. Because like when it said like part 1 and then it said like case files instead of like red clover case, you know, stuff like that. But let me put this up on the screen. Where is it? Of course, it's always so godforsaken big. Ah, that's me! That's not the background. No, that's me. Okay, so here we go, guys. I know I'm in the way of like the thing, but here's the Kickstarter page. Again, like I said, if you scroll down, they have it here for the itch and game jolt demo thing. Then they have, you know, the people, how things will look in the full game, tell you about their features, and then the reward tiers. This is a lot of tiers, I'm not gonna lie to you. Wow, that's a lot. But yeah, you guys can also read this out on your own time. And then here are their stretch goals. So obviously their main goal is 20k. I did not. I saw what they were at, but I didn't memorize it. So let me just quickly go back up. They're currently at 11k, so just 9k more to go, and they'll be fully funded. Scroll down again. And then, you know, the more you go, the more stuff we unlock. But honestly, y'all should really get them to 25k, because, you know, don't you want more time with the cast? But yeah. Again, had a great time playing the demo, but it is now time to say goodbye. To the game, at least. I did want to do a little bit more of Mystic Cafe before we ended. Because I haven't actually touched it in a hot minute. So yeah, if you guys are interested, by all means, go back them, play the demo, give them ratings, because That helps a lot. It really does. Holy, like, why is this so big? I keep forgetting it's the goddamn croissant. That's big. Bit of chore. On to the next. Yeah. But yeah, let us continue. Oh, right. I forgot to update you guys. So, for those who don't know, is it not showing? Oh, because it's showing something else. So, I'm pretty sure if you guys were there Friday, you know I was doing like my best to like be the what is it? The Hammer of Justice in Deltarune. Let me just like pop this out real quick. So yeah, I actually did manage to do it. I literally like decided like literally at night you know, I'm gonna try again just to see if I could actually do it, or I have to like wait for like another day. And I did. Just have to remember where to start. Okay, so basically, I don't know. I didn't do a lot of talking in it, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I did manage to do it. So, I was just letting you guys know that I did complete it. So, when you see when I start, I won't be going back to this room, because I did do it. And we'll just be heading straight for whatever is next in chapter 4. Alright, now that I've done that, let us romance. July 28th? Really? Was the last time I played? Oh no. Oh yeah, let me... God damn it. I hate when this happens. There we go, title updated. Okay. The golden hue of late afternoon has deepened, melting into a dusky amber. We move slowly through the alley, footsteps quiet against the cobblestone. The light is soft, but the silence between us is brittle. Then a sudden gust of wind cuts through the warmth like a blade. Oh, no wait, we did this already, didn't we? Didn't we? No, we didn't. Never mind. A woman stands on our path, cloaked in black, silver hair spilling like moonlight over her shoulders. Her veil shifts through the air, though the air has stilled again. Adrian moves in front of me. Aww. You're not supposed to be here. The woman tilts her head slightly. She doesn't look at him, not fully. Her eyes remain on me. What is going on here? See, it's been so long since I played it, I already forgot what the hell has happened. She finally turns her head, slow and deliberate, fixing Adrian with a look that cuts through the veil. Adrian Aurelian Lysandros. That is quite a name. Wow. But I think it doesn't beat Baxter Alexander Ward. Oh my god. Man, every time I hear his full name, I'm just like, that sounds so pretentious. It's like, I know, he didn't choose that name for himself. It's pretentious. Adrian goes still. The silence is absolute. There's a pulse in the air, like the alley is holding its breath. Name echoes, Aurelian Lysandros, like something torn from another life. She looks at him like she knows him, really knows him. Not the way I know him. Not yet. My chest tightens, but I don't speak. I just watch. She steps forward, not toward me, not toward Adrian. Between us, as if sensing something just beyond the visible. Yeah? Suddenly she reaches into her sleeve and drops something into my palm. What is it? Oh my god. I can just use it? Oh, I have to use it? Okay. Sorry. I didn't know, I thought I had to save it. A single gold coin. It hums faintly in my hand, flowing soft and warm. Before I can speak, the wind returns, howling now, swirling debris and dust in a sudden storm. I raise my arm to shield my face. When it fades, she's gone. Silence. Adrian hasn't moved. His face is unreadable. So, Adrian Aurelian Lysandros. Adrian glances at me, jaw tight, then exhales. Oh. Interesting. The alley stays quiet long after the wind dies. Adrian walks beside me, silent but steady, like he is keeping something away just by being near. Adrian doesn't speak. I don't push him. When we reach my building, he pauses at the gate. Take a rest, I'll see you soon. I nod, the weight of the coin in my pocket grounding me more than his words. Inside, the air feels heavier than it should, like whatever bound us tonight hasn't let go. At night, I can't sleep. The room is quiet, but something in my chest buzzes ecstatic. I turn onto my side. The golden coin rests on the nightstand, still warm, still glowing faintly. The moment my eyes close. Shadowed figures flicker in and out, tall shapes, hunched ones, someone seated with long hair draped like a curtain. Children laughing somewhere, but it's distorted, echoing like it's underwater. Their words don't reach me, just static, syllables twisted in fog. Language I almost recognize, but don't. Then a woman, barely more than a silhouette, turns toward me. Her lips move, but no sound escapes. Or maybe I've forgotten how to hear. Everything bends and blurs like a mirror fogged with breath. A faint hum, like a memory being erased. I wake up with a sharp inhale. The window is closed, but there's a chill in the air, as if something had just been here. The moon glows behind the glass. Watchful. Bold. I don't know what you're hiding, Adrian, but I'm going to find out. The coin hums once, like agreement. The sky bleeds into soft lavender as morning unfolds over Starfall. The streets are still quiet, the hush of early light pressing against pressing gently against shuttered windows and dew-covered grass. Glass! Glass! I step outside, the golden coin tucked into my pocket. Its weight feels heavier now. Not just metal, but meaning. There's only one place I can go. Morning sun gleams off polished stone and dark glass. The estate is minimalist, quiet elegance, stark beauty. The kind of place that feels untouched by dust or time. Golden coin sits heavy in my coat pocket as I approach the front steps. I reach the door. I raise my hand and knock firmly. Then I wait. The cold morning air prickles my skin, but I stay still. After a few moments, the door opens. Adrian stands there, eyes slightly narrowed in thought, or maybe concern. I am up early. I didn't sleep much. Of course you wouldn't. I didn't come to ask, I came to tell you. I'm going back to the archives. I need to find that book. No, and if I did, it'd be a pretty boring story, so... No. And neither should you. I did it perfectly! Okay, I did say I wanted to do a little bit, and I did technically do a little bit, so... Alright. But... I mostly want to stop because... And I do need to work. Because... I did some new stuff in my visual novel, and I need to, like, basically break stuff again to make it work. Because, like, I have a lot of choices, and obviously, the current way I have choices, it'll all just, like, go off screen. So, I need to make it, like, basically, turn into columns after like a certain point. So yeah, I need to go break stuff and eat. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out today. I didn't intend to do this longer, but our CCF took a bit longer than I expected. Okay, you know what? I think it's like since I'm like reading it out, you know, and whatnot, it takes longer compared to like when I just like read to myself. Because like when I read like stuff to myself, stuff goes by really quick. You'd be like, how'd she read a game that's supposed to take you like 10 hours in like 5? Because like I said, I read fast. And do I internalize words? Yes. Like, yes, there are times where like I just like kind of like read but don't like internalize, but for the most part that only really applies when like something I've seen. So alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Octopath Traveler. Hopefully we can play it tomorrow. Hopefully I won't sit there and be like I don't want to play it, because then that'd be really bad. That'd be really bad. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. And yeah, we won't raid anybody today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Bye guys.